Hello, my beautiful people out there in Minecraft land. How are you today? I am fantastic. Thanks for asking. In our last episode, we made this beautiful thing right here. Well, it didn't have a roof on it when we made it, but we made it anyway. And today, I just wanted to start this episode by showing off exactly how it works, and well, that it works actually. So let's get in there and take a quick peek here. So as you can see, I have a couple villagers. One of them is a farmer using that composter right there in the middle, and the other is nothing. He's just a farmer's friend. And so what happens is that the farmer likes to tend to his crops, and when he has an abundance of carrots in his inventory, he throws them to the other guy, which he might do right now. Nah. And then they do a little bit of, fun times, and they make a baby. And that baby ends up trying to get to these beds here, and it ends up falling in a hole, which you can't see from here. But then it grows up. There's actually a little pit in the bottom here where it grows up, and it ends up over here. And yeah, as you can see, I got a lot of these guys. I got at least 10 or 15 of them or something there. So they are all ready for a future project. But today, that is not what I'm going to be working on. Today, I am going to be laying the groundwork for a few things. To start with, sugarcane. To start with, I have a bit of a problem. I have, in fact, a storage problem. As you can see from, say, right here, I have a lot of chests just, hanging around with random bits of stuff in them, stuff that I use to do building. And I know I can do better than that. And in fact, I already kind of came up with a solution, which you can kind of see over there past the past the trees and the houses. But I actually built that between episodes, and so I'm going to show that to you in the form of a time lapse. And here we go. We now have 5 rows of 7 chests per side times 3 layers for a grand total of 210 chests. Plus, I've put crafting tables in the middle. I've put trapdoors down, and you can't really see, but there are actually lanterns under there. Not lanterns. There are torches under there to keep things lit. I'll probably replace that with glowstone once I actually have a better time navigating the nether. Looks like the sun is going down, so I'm going to start making my way this way. One quick thing I'm going to mention is that this is definitely not the final design for this space. This is kind of the start of an interior of a larger building. And as you can see, it's kind of right in the middle of town at the moment. My goal is to, kind of retrofit this whole town and to make it really great. But you know what? I see that sun is going down. Let me just sleep real quick. As I was saying, my goal is to sort of rebuild or extend this build. Right now it's just an interior, but I'm going to make it a full building at some point, and it will become the foundation for what will be my base in this village. I haven't really talked too much about what I want to do with this space. I want to turn it into kind of a medieval build. That's the kind of theme I'm working with right now, at least in my mind. And so I'm going to start... I'm going to start basically surrounding this village in castle walls. And I want to build a couple towers and things like that. and basically turn this area into the interior of a castle. And then I hopefully will have some villagers running around inside the castle. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to have villagers running around inside the castle with their various jobs and their various professions and things. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. But there are a couple other things that I want to do before I'm ready to do that. And one of them is behind me right here, because this iron farm, well, it's fantastic. It's actually performing really well. I've got a lot of iron out of it already, and it hasn't even really been running that long. I've been in and out of this world a couple times since my last episode, just doing some mining and some resource gathering and things like that. But check this out. Look, I've already got, stacks upon stacks of iron. I filled this space just to sort of make sure I get mostly iron and not just so much poppies. But I've already taken the time to compress some of these ingots into blocks. And look, I've already, just in a few days of resource gathering and stuff, 4 stacks of iron blocks plus 17, so another quarter stack, and it never stops. It keeps coming. The poppies, I'm just right now just getting rid of the poppies. I'm not just throwing in the garbage, of course. I actually have some space over here. I set up this little device, which is nothing super fancy. It's just a chest feeding into a composter, but I can drop my poppies in there, and they are turning into bone meal for me. So not getting a huge amount of bone meal out of this, but it's enough. It's been enough to grow a couple trees, like that giant spruce tree in the back over there, which has given me a lot of resources. Well, I mean, this isn't the trees, but this is mining. I did a little bit of a mining between episodes as well. Specifically, I was looking for a lot of andesite, which I grabbed, including some polished andesite, and then a bunch of cobblestone, which I turned into stone and stone bricks. I got a few other things too. I wish I was recording my mining, or at least the diamond collection, but for some reason I just didn't think it was that important to show off all of the collection of stuff. But I did get 28 diamonds, so I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with these diamonds yet. I'll probably build a diamond pickaxe to start with, which I don't even have yet. I'm still using iron tools. I got a bunch of redstone, which is going to come in handy later. I got a bunch of coal. This isn't anywhere near the iron that I collected in the cave. I've been kind of using it to replenish my pickaxes and stuff like that. Grabbed a couple emeralds as well. This is a weird one. Just for some reason, even though nowhere near Stronghold, I was digging stone and silverfish kept popping out. So I was killing silverfish, and I ended up getting myself a silverfish head. So I mentioned that I have another project that I want to do today, and that project is something to do with this iron farm. And you can see I've already kind of laid the foundation for what I want to do here. If I just get in this gate here, you can see I have a little bit of an outline, and what this is going to be is a large set of sort of a double tower with just kind of a spacer in the middle here. And really, it's going to be a nice, big, stylish way to hide this iron farm. That's what it's going to be. It's basically going to be just a couple big medieval-style towers, and the iron farm will be inside, and hopefully the rates and everything will still be exactly the way they are, but it just won't look like a great big pile of garbage in the middle of my base. So let's... I know how much you guys love to see the time lapses, and I know we basically just finished a time lapse, but I think this is going to be the best way to do this, is in the form of a time lapse. So stay tuned for time lapse number 2. And there you have it. A brand new set of double towers that hides the iron farm. And the rates of the farm are still fantastic, as always. lots more iron blocks, lots more poppies. And yeah, I'm super happy with this design. It fits well in with my vision for what the village is going to eventually look like. I did a little bit more, actually, after finishing the build and after the time lapse, basically, just to get a few things done. So it's actually been a day since I finished that build and finished the time lapse. But so here's what I did. I took my armor off and I put it on an iron stand. That was my original set of armor. I am actually wearing a brand new set of iron armor right now. So that's just because the other armor was about to break, but no big deal. It's the same thing. But also, I labeled a lot of my chests here. So just the top chests I labeled, because eventually all of these chests under it are going to basically have exactly the same thing as the top chests. I'm probably going to divide things out a little bit. Like, for example, right now I have, wool, just all of my wool stuck in this one chest, regardless of the different colors and whatnot. Same with things like flowers, saplings, even seeds. So you can see there's some duplication of things. Food is just kind of generic, all different kinds of food. But eventually, in fact, the reason why I have so much space around the outside of these chests and behind them, over here, is because I want to add an automatic sorting system. And then I will automatically be able to sort things like cobblestone and stone and andesite, diorite, clay, wood, different kinds of wood, birch, spruce, dark oak, even like redstone, iron blocks, and iron. So basically I want to feed into my automated storage system and have it just kind of fill these chests for me. And then I won't have to worry about, manually filling them up. But that's obviously a project for another day because I am extremely low on things like quartz at the moment. I mean, I did gather some redstone when I was mining, but quartz, where did I put my quartz? Yeah, so, 9 pieces of quartz. This is kind of important for a sorting system because you need quartz for observers. You need quartz for, well, actually, you don't need observers for a storage system, but you do need something. It's either comparators or repeaters. One of them uses quartz. I think it's comparators that use quartz, and I don't have enough to do that because I'm going to need, I think even for this storage system, about 70 of them, but I need more than that because I'm going to expand this storage system up another level at least, and then probably beyond that. I don't even know. I know I'm going to do much bigger storage in the future, but I don't know where I'm going to do it yet. So this is just, again, starter base, small steps, guys, small steps. But today, for the rest of the episode anyway, I do want to start playing around with something that I set up over here, and you can kind of see the basics of it. So let me give you a better look. What I did over here was I set up a farm. In fact, 2 farms. I set up a carrot farm and I set up a potato farm. And you're probably thinking to yourself, wait, I thought you already had a farm over there for wheat. And yeah, I did. But this is for something else. In fact, this is going to be an automated, fully automatic carrot and potato farms, which is why I have these rails in place now. And yeah, that's one of the great things you can do once you get iron in mass quantities is build yourself a bunch of rails. And you can see that these rails come all the way over here. And then they go, well, you probably guess where they're going. They're going to my villager breeder. And I dug this out a little bit, made it look at least a little prettier with stairs at least. And yeah, so here it is. So you can see that water stream is pushing all the villagers into this corner right here. And with any luck at all, I can put a minecart down here and then push this lever. And it will pick up a villager and take him to be in his new forever home. Hopefully he's popped out into the right place. Yep, looks like he has. And do I have fences in place? Yes, I do. Well, he can't get out even if I break this because there's a trapdoor in the way blocking him in. But now he is really secured in there. So he is going to be the guy responsible for trying to get all of the carrots and the potatoes. But his friends are going to try to throw him carrots and potatoes, and they're not going to get to him. They're just going to end up falling in these holes on either side of him, which are going to go into these chests. And so these chests will fill up with carrots and potatoes. But first, I need to get a farmer for my carrots and a farmer for my potatoes. So let me do that. And all right, we have now secured this space and it's ready for villager number 2. I do need to get this dirt out of the way and put the composter in there. And hopefully this guy cannot see that composter and claim it as his own. Good. We're good. I got the rails rearranged here, and I've got an activator rail here. Here's something cool. I'm not sure if you guys knew this or not, but if you have a rail set up and you put an activator rail on it and you power that activator rail, the entity that is in your minecart, in this case it's going to be a villager, will always be popped out to the right onto this square right here. There's a couple stipulations. First of all, that square has to be unoccupied, which means if there's another villager standing there, for instance, you can't load, 20 or so villagers into the same square. It has to be completely empty. So as long as no other villagers there, the villager should pop out of the minecart into that square. Also, you have to make sure the villager will actually fit there. So for example, you can see I put this trapdoor here just to make sure that the villager can't get back through. But if I had put the trapdoor there, or not there, but you get the idea, up here, one square over, there would not be enough room. I, as the player, can fit underneath this trapdoor, but the villager cannot. So if I had put a trapdoor in here, the villager wouldn't be able to fit there, and then they'd pop out to one of these other squares. And obviously I don't want that, because then they'd get away. So let's make sure this is actually working. We'll get our minecart on the track, and we should be able to get our second villager into place. So let's get him there, and flick, flick, and he's got picked up. Let's run, 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 and hopefully we'll see him popped out into the perfect place, and there he is. Okay, dude, there's a composter over there. Go pick that up. Should be yours now. He's in there, sealed in. Let's get rid of this. Now you should be able to see the composter. I hope you can see the composter with the thing on top of it there. I don't know why he's not picking up that job. He should be. Well, let's just assume at some point he's going to pick up that job. And I can reset these things to get the next guy in place. And in what was just a matter of seconds, this villager has now taken on the profession of farmer from that composter, and he's actually started already harvesting potatoes. He hasn't thrown any to the other villager yet, but he's harvesting them. And now I've set up the rail, just did a little bit of a swing around here, added the rest of this wall in place, and we've got the activator rail, and remember, so the villager will come along the minecart here, and then will be popped out to the right into this empty square. He'll be trapped by this trapdoor? I almost forgot what this thing was called for a second. It's a trapdoor. And then my minecart will stop right here. So let's get villager number 3 in place from our breeder. Back down the stairs again. On here. Flip, flip. And got one. And run, 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 run. And hopefully we'll see this guy popped out and into the right place. This is so cool. Then I can put that up there, and put that up there, and put that up there. And we're... Oh, no! I forgot to put the thing in place. Okay, so how do I get in there without causing too much mayhem? Okay, so let's do this. Gotta lose another piece of glass because I don't have silk touch yet. That's okay. Composter will go right there. And then... yeah, I'll get out of here. He's not near me. There we go. And again, with any luck, I'm going to watch this happen here. So let's watch him. Should be any second now that the AI just takes over and he becomes a farmer. And there he goes. You can't really see him because he's behind the whole setup there. But he has become a farmer, and now he is going to start harvesting. He might have to wait until the morning to harvest, but I'm going to go to sleep, and then hopefully by the time I wake up, he will be happy in his new profession. Here's another thing. Not sure if you guys knew this or not, but if you unsit your cats and let them sleep on your bed, they'll bring you goodies in the morning. And sometimes those goodies are pretty spectacular. In this case, I got a piece of chicken, raw chicken, which is not a big deal. But sometimes they'll bring you cool things like phantom membranes. And they tend to bring me, this one anyway, brings me a lot of rabbit's feet and rabbit hide. And there you go. So you can see that the villagers will come along and give the other villager some carrots. I've been waiting for just a couple minutes here, hoping that the potato villager would do exactly the same thing. But so far, he hasn't. But as you can see, I am getting lots of carrots. I have almost 2 stacks of carrots, and that's only from about, 4 or 5 minutes of since I've built the farm. So I want to say AFKing, but I wasn't really AFKing. I was kind of being around and just, doing some stuff, some cleanup and whatever. But there you go. The farm works. At least one half of it works. Hopefully the potato farm works just as well. I will have to let you guys know in the next episode if that's actually working or not, which it should be. There's not really any reason why it wouldn't work. The design works with carrots. It works with potatoes. It works with beetroot, I think. And there's actually a couple other things it'll work with as well. Although don't quote me on that. I don't know. I've only ever used it for potatoes and carrots. So that's, I know that those things work. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it an episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. And this is the time of the episode where I ask you guys to do me that YouTuber thing. And please subscribe to this channel if you want to see more great videos like this one. And also, feel free to click that like button. Tell me that you liked this video. You could leave me a comment and also turn on notifications if you want to get notified every time I make a new video. It is night, so I am going to try to third-person sleep again. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.